What's going on, guys? Jonathon back with a brand new video, and in today's video I am bringing you guys something that has just been released yesterday that I just found out about. It's all of the, you know how like they got all the weapon catalysts for all the exotic weapons and everything? Well, it was just released yesterday of a whole list of everything that it actually gives, like all the stat boosts that it gives for them and everything. So I'm going to be going over all that in this video, and also they had said something about the Rat King right now. It's supposed to be a game-breaking bug into it, like I think it was something that overflows the magazine for your other weapons, and they didn't want it interfering with the raid coming out, and then because people might have used it trying to go for the world's first and everything, so they just didn't want to even deal with that, so they just went ahead and took it out of the game until they can actually fix it. So I don't know, on my part I said it's pretty good. Alright, so on to the weapons. Now grab a pencil and a paper so then you guys can write down everything that you want for the weapons that you need, because this is the entire list of every single weapon exotic that we have in the game so far. Now I know some of them say that they're not released yet until, like if you go into the Mida multi-tool and you look and inspect it, it will not say that there's a catalyst for it. That's because only about half of the weapons in the game so far actually have the weapon catalyst into the game, but they will be released eventually, so just letting you guys know. So the first one off will actually be the Borealis, which is the PlayStation 4 exclusive. It gains plus 20 reload speed, which is actually pretty nice for it. The next one up is going to be the Cold Heart, which actually gains plus 20 stability and 20 reload speed, which is nice, especially for those PvE events for everything. Next one up is actually the Colony. It gains plus 10 magazine, plus 30 weapon size, and it gains the additional perk called Deeper Pockets, which actually just lets you carry more heavy ammo in reserves. And when I talk about the plus 30 weapon size and everything else, especially for later on, that just means a base percentage increase of what its original magazine actually was. So say the Colony, I think it was around 7 in a magazine, so I'd say plus 30 weapon size maybe is a 10% increase, which is maybe 1 more in the magazine. So bring it up to 8. So actually it's better than anything, so I'll take it really. Next one up is the Colony. It gains a plus 20 for its range for it. It's actually pretty nice, and that is the only, well not the only one, but that is the hand cannon I actually have a catalyst for, and I just finished it yesterday too, so it's fully weaponized and everything, and it's so nice. The other ones I have for it are the Darcy and the Tractor Cannon. I'm probably going to do videos on those ones too if I can ever get them done, since Darcy's going to take me forever to do it. But also let me know down in the comments if any of you guys have any weapon catalysts and how did you get them, especially ones for like Vigilance Wing, and a couple other ones as well too. So just let me know down in the comments because I really want to know how to get them all. Next one up will be the Darcy. That one gains plus 20 in stability, which is great, especially since Darcy right now is a like weapon destruction machine right now. Like me and Limit use it on a couple of the bosses in the strikes and everything, and that thing just eats away their health. It's so good. It might be the next damage dealing weapon for raids and everything, which is pretty nice. Next one up will be the Fighting Lion. That one gains plus 30 reload speed, and it gains the Chimera perk. In which case, when you get a kill, it increases the handling and the precision damage of your other weapons, which is pretty nice since the Fighting Lion doesn't really get that much love, so it's good to actually get it out there. Next one up is the Graviton Lance. It gains plus 20 in range, plus 15 aim assist, and the perk called Hidden Hand. If you guys have played Destiny 1, you will know what that perk is. In my opinion, it's probably one of the best perks there was back in Destiny 1. And now that it's on the Graviton Lance, it might actually be the next meta weapon. Fingers crossed it is, because I really like the dubstep gun, that's the nickname for it and everything. Next one up will be the Hard Light. That one gains a plus 25 instability, which is incredibly needed since that gun's recoil was like everywhere, so yeah. Next one up is actually the Huckleberry. It gains the perk Ambitious Assassin, which basically when you overflow the magazine, based on how many rapid kills you get, it'll actually overflow it even more and extend how much how much bullets you can actually shoot out. Following that will be the Jade Rapid. That one gains a plus 30 in stability, which is actually pretty nice for it since it just got a huge stability buff with this DLC. Plus this 30 onto it, it'll also make that thing like a laser. Next up will be the Merciless. Probably the most craziest one so far to it. It actually gains plus 40 in range and plus 40 in stability. Now that thing was already pretty good right now. Added on with these perks, it might become a monster. We have no idea yet. Hopefully I can get it, that way I can test it out for you guys. Next one on the list will be the Mida multi-tool. This one only gains the perk Outlaw. Now if you guys remember Outlaw, whenever you get a precision kill, it will increase the reload speed rapidly for the weapon, which is pretty nice, especially for Mida being a pretty well-known weapon and pretty used weapon, so this will be good for both PvE and PvP aspects. Next up will be the Polaris Lance, which is the exotic scout rifle from Anna Bray, if you guys know that one. This one gains the perk, Dragonfly, which as we know, it is Firefly from Destiny 1, basically. And since this thing already has triple tap onto it, this thing will be a damage dealing machine, especially if you're landing those precision hits into it. Next up will be the Prometheus Lens, which gains plus 20 in stability and plus 20 in its handling, which is pretty nice since its recoil is kind of out there right now. Next up will be the exotic grenade launcher called the Prospector. This one gains plus 40 in its blast radius, plus 70 in its weapon size, and it gains the perk Deeper Pockets as well. So this is pretty nice for it, since I never see anyone using this exotic anyways. Next one up is the one I want to talk to you guys about, is the Rat King. This one gains plus 20 in aim assist and plus 20 in its recoil direction. It also gains the perk called Infestation, which actually further extends the aim assist and the recoil direction that you gain on top of that as well. Also, when you get a kill and you go invisible when you reload it, it will actually heal you. That is absolutely insane right now, so I don't know if they took it down because of that, you know, the perk that it's given for it, and it's just too strong, so that might be a reason for it as well. Coming up next is the Risk Runner, which actually gains plus 30 range, which is nice since it is a submachine gun that actually needs some love right now. Following that is the Skyburner's Oath, which also gains 30 on range. I haven't used that yet, especially since it's got its whole rework and its lob grenade launcher part of it, so I'm going to try that out eventually too. Following that will be the Sleeper Simulant, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm basically on the last part of the quest for it, so I can't wait to get that. This one actually gains plus 75 in its charge time, and it gains accelerated coils. So basically, it's going to be the long-range fusion sniper rifle, the linear fusion rifles that we have right now. However, with these charge time and accelerated coils, it's probably going to make it fire as fast as like maybe a normal sniper rifle right now. So I'm looking forward to that and trying it out. Following that will be the Sturm, my favorite hand cannon in the game so far. This one gains plus 20 on range and plus 40 handling. Now, I have not tried this weapon yet. I do know that it can 2-tap someone in the head in PvP. That's the main thing that I am excited for, and I can't wait to try that out. Next up will be the Sunshot, which gains plus 30 for range and plus 20 in stability, which is fantastic since the gun already was pretty strong, especially in PvE. Next up will be the new Suros Regime. This one gains plus 50 in its recoil direction, and its main perk actually has a higher chance of proccing, which, as you guys know, its main perk will actually have a chance to heal you when you get a kill, which that's pretty nice for it. Following that will be the Sweet Business. It actually gains a new perk called Serious Business. So when the gun is actually fully firing and spun up and everything, you will actually receive less flinch when you're shot, which is pretty nice for it. Following that one will be the Vigilance Wing, which, as we all know, has the full auto perk onto it. Next up will then be the Telesto. This one gains plus 60 in magazine size, plus 40 in its weapon size, and it also gains the Deeper Pockets perk as well, so you get more ammo in reserves. Next up will be the Tractor Cannon, which gains plus 70 in magazine, plus 50 in weapon size, and also has more ammo in reserves as well. Next up, following that, will be the Wardrift Coil. This one actually gains better tracking on its projectile. So, you know, when you shoot that weapon, you basically shoot it and the weapon just goes everywhere. This one will actually have a tracking system onto it, and it'll actually aim more toward the upper body, toward the head, they said. Next up will then have to be the new exotic sword known as the Wordline Zero. This one gains the perk called Dimension. So basically, when you sprint with the weapon, you start to go into a ready stance mode. That way you can do the, you know how the Dark Drinker animation was back in Destiny 1. The Dimension perk will actually just increase that time, or actually shorten that time. That way you can actually do the Dark Drinker spin faster than what you could originally. And last but not least is my favorite heavy exotic so far, the Legend of Acreus. This one gains plus 40 in reload speed, plus 50 in weapon size, and plus 40 magazine, and it also gains the Deeper Pocket perk as well. So this one's going to be a monster in PvE. It could already basically one-shot almost anything in PvE, so I just can't wait to get this weapon and actually use it. It probably has something to do with the raid or whatever so far, so I probably won't be able to get it anytime soon. But that is going to finish up on all of the weapons and all of their perks that they're getting for it. Hopefully you guys got all of that in, because I know I had to go over this, God, many times, because there's just so many, the data is so much from everything for it. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave down in the comments what weapon catalysts you guys have so far. How did you guys get them? Let me know which weapon it is for, because I'm trying to get them all before almost anyone else can. And I'm going to make a video on each one of the weapons as they are fully weaponized and everything. So the first one up will be the Crimson. That'll be the next one for it, because I got that one completed. But also, leave a like up on this video. Make sure to leave down a comment if you guys already haven't as well. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.